All right, so this is problem 1 from the second worksheet, and I just want to go over this again for those people who might have been struggling with it in class. If you are really struggling with it and you can't get the rest of it done, it's okay, because we're going to continue working on this next week. So know that this is really abstract and it's okay, but everybody has the ability to get it. So let's start off by reading, given the rate of 5 feet for every 4 seconds, calculate how long it would take to travel 25 feet. So for this, I'm going to start off with my 25 feet. So I want to know how far I can go in 25 feet if I'm going at a rate of 5 feet for every 4 seconds. Now, going back over, it's important to remember that 5 feet for 4 seconds is my rate. But I can also flip that rate around and say, well, that's also 4 seconds for every 5 feet. And this is the most crucial part, is that you want to be thinking about, I can use either. These rates are the same. They're completely the same, and I have to figure out which one do I want to use in order to find my answer. Well, I've got 25 feet, and I know that I want to turn it into seconds. And so I've got to think about, what do I want to have happen? Well, I don't want feet in my answer. So I know that I've got to get these feet over here to cancel out. So there in the numerator, if I want my feet to cancel out, then I want my feet to be in the denominator. Well, if my feet are going to cancel out, then what do I want to have left? I want to have my seconds. So I'm going to leave that in my numerator. So now, what do I have? I'm going to erase this over here just really quick. Oh, maybe I am. Doesn't want to erase. Okay, so now I know that I want the ratio in the form of seconds over feet. So I'm going to be using this. I'm going to be using this rate, which, keep in mind, they're the same rate. They're just flip-flopped. So I'm going to say 4 seconds for every 5 feet. Okay, so then I know that my feet here will cancel out, and I will end up with 25 times 4 seconds is going to be 100 seconds. For over 5. Over 5 what? Well, it's just over 5. Your feet canceled out, so you're just left with 5. Now, these can work just like we did before. And I can divide the numerator by the denominator. So I can divide here, divide by 5, divide by 5. Or you can just think of this as division. You can think of it as just 100 divided by 5. Or you can think of it as reducing the fraction. Either way, it's going to be fine. So then the answer would be 20 seconds. Okay. All right, let's do the second one. Because the second one is going to be the opposite. It says, how far can you travel in 20 seconds? So now we've switched it. Before it was giving us feet, now it's giving us seconds. So I'm going to do this one in a little bit of a different color, and I'm going to move my screen up. So how far can you travel in 20 seconds? Let's get my pen back out. All right, so I've got 20 seconds. And I'm going to be multiplying that by my rate. And I want to know how far I can travel. So I know that I'm going to want my feet. I'm going to want my feet as my answer. So I have seconds. I want my seconds to cancel out. So this is in the numerator. So I'm going to put my seconds. I'm just going to abbreviate it. I'm going to put seconds in the denominator, and I want feet in the numerator, so I know I'm going to want this ratio. So it's going to be 5 feet for every 4 seconds. Okay, then I go through and I'm going to cancel out my units. Keep in mind, you cannot not cancel. The whole purpose of doing these exercises is so that you can practice canceling and manipulating units around. So 20 times 5. Let's get a different color. It's going to be 100. So you'll have 100 feet over 4. Not 4 seconds because your seconds canceled out. So now you have 100 feet divided by 4. So this would be equal to 25 feet. So my answer would be 25 feet. Now, keep in mind, you could also think of this as reducing. Just like I said before, you could think of it as reducing, but ultimately you're just dividing the numerator by whatever's in the denominator. So you would still get 1 over 25. So that's pretty much how you're going to do the worksheet. Work through it. Watch this video. Go slow. These take a while. And if you are really, really struggling with it, I completely understand for the second one. Just make sure you at least have that first worksheet done for homework. So, all right, finish up this worksheet.